So you might already know about this film slash documentary called No Other Land, which is the talk of the town right now. The film just won an Oscar. This film is about the daily lives of indigenous Palestinians in the West Bank under military occupation and apartheid. The film delves into one specific town in the West Bank called Muthafariyata and depicts the egregious conditions of the Palestinians living there. So these egregious conditions include ethnic cleansing and violence perpetrated by the Israeli Defense Forces slash Israeli occupation forces, the Israeli government, and of course Israeli settlers living in the West Bank. The film has been co-directed by Israelis and Palestinians. One of the co-directors of the film is a Palestinian named Hamdan Bilal. Hamdan was in the West Bank recently, where he was attacked by a mob of Israeli settlers. They did not kill him, but they beat him up quite bad. He was being taken in an ambulance to a hospital. The Israeli occupation forces stopped that ambulance. They kidnapped Hamdan, they interrogated him, and they roughed him up. Now, call this conjecture, but it seems extremely plausible that Hamdan was attacked by these settlers because they were unhappy with him being a part of this internationally acclaimed film that exposed the modus operandi of these violent criminal settlers. So Hamdan was eventually released after international uproar, but this whole saga, if you will, was such a blatant expose of Hollywood and the Academy. They're just absolute ghouls. Now, according to Yuval Abraham, one of the Israeli co-directors of the film, the Academy just point blank refused to put out a statement in support of Hamdan. After some pushback and criticism, the Academy did eventually put out a statement in the form of a letter to its members. But if you have a look at the statement, it's just, pardon my French, total BS. In the statement, they never mentioned Hamdan Bilal or no other land. It's such a BS statement. If you read the statement itself, you would never know what the statement is about. It's a total word salad of a statement. And in the statement, they mention that they need to respect quote unquote unique viewpoints. And I guess we all know what that means. It's just newspeak where they're coddling Zionist Hollywood. Unsurprisingly, this unique viewpoints thing is a total farce. For instance, the Academy doesn't seem to care about these unique viewpoints when it comes to the government of Iran oppressing filmmakers in the country. But luckily in Hollywood, there are at least some people that have some sort of integrity. This BS statement that was put out by the Academy wasn't a statement that was put out by the Academy as a whole. This was a statement that was put out by the leadership of the Academy. In response to this lukewarm statement by the leadership of the Academy, several members of the Academy, including A-list Hollywood actors and directors, put out a statement of their own in which they criticized the Academy's leadership for this joke of a statement that the leadership had put out. It's a very long list of people who signed this letter. It's about more than 800 people now, but that includes a lot of people in the Academy, so documentarians, cinematographers, writers, visual effects, and so on. And if you go up, you see some of the A-listers on the list. So those would be Mark Ruffalo, Jane Fonda, Olivia Colman, Denis Villeneuve, Edward Norton, Riz Ahmed, Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz, Ben Affleck, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Andrew Garfield, Pedro Pascal, Elizabeth Olsen, Joaquin Phoenix, Adam McKay, Jonathan Glazer, so on and so forth. Now, this rebuke of the Academy's leadership by members of the Academy led to the Academy's leadership putting out a new statement in which they apologized to Hamdan. They also mentioned Hamdan by name and they mentioned no other land by name. Now, this is a lovely example of people power. So, a lot of institutions are corrupted, or their leaderships are corrupted by big donors. But people have the ability. People within these institutions have the ability of changing course in these institutions, and all they have to do is speak up whenever they feel that something isn't right. And that is something that just happened in this specific case.